Greetings! It's August of 2020. As we pass through the last half of summer, now is a good time to look at one of the best-known asterisms of the season. Asterisms, you may remember, are simply groups or patterns of stars. They are often a smaller group of stars within one of the 88 official recognized constellations. For example, the Big Dipper is an asterism contained within the constellation Ursa Major. Today, I'm going to talk about another asterism, the Summer Triangle. It's called the Summer Triangle because it's high in the sky here in the Northern Hemisphere during the summer months. And it's easy to find because the three stars that make up the points of the triangle are bright enough to see, even from locations with a lot of light pollution. To see the Summer Triangle this month, all you have to do is look high overhead once the sky becomes dark. You should easily find three bright stars, forming a large triangle that spans about 30 degrees by 20 degrees. At this time of year, the triangle is at or near the zenith, the highest point in the sky, at about 10 p.m. The stars that form this triangle actually belong to three different constellations. Vega, sometimes pronounced Vega, has the brightest apparent magnitude. Apparent magnitude measures how bright the star looks to us here on Earth. Vega is part of the constellation Lyra, the lyre or harp. One of the legends associated with Lyra claims that it represents the harp of Orpheus, the renowned musician of Greek myth. Vega is only about 25 light years away from our solar system. That's practically next door in astronomy terms. It's a white dwarf star, more than twice the size and 36 times brighter or more luminous than our Sun. It spins very fast on its axis, so fast that the star bulges at the equator, but it took a long time for us to discover that, because from Earth we see the star pole on. Vega is only about 400 million years old, less than a tenth of the estimated age of our Sun. Interesting history note, Vega was the first star other than our Sun that astronomers photographed. William Cranch Bond and John Adams Whipple created a daguerreotype of Vega in July of 1850 using the Great Refractor Telescope at the Harvard College Observatory. The second star we'll look at, Altair, is the farthest south in the triangle. It belongs to the constellation of Aquila, the eagle. In classical mythology, the bird Aquila carried the thunderbolts of Zeus and snatched the Trojan boy Ganymede off to Olympus to be the cupbearer for the gods. Altair is almost twice the size and more than 10 times as luminous as our Sun, and it's also one of the closest stars we can see. It's only 16.7 light years away. That's a measly 100 trillion miles or so. Like Vega, Altair also spins extremely quickly, taking only 9 hours to complete a rotation. Compare that to our Sun, which takes more than 3 weeks. And, just like Vega, the high rotational speed distorts the star's shape, flattening it at the poles and making it bulge at the equator. Deneb, the third star of the triangle, forms the tail of the constellation Cygnus the Swan. In Chinese mythology, Deneb represents a bridge across the starry river of the Milky Way, a bridge that allows two separated lovers to reunite once every year. Deneb doesn't seem to be as bright as either Vega or Altair, but that's only because it's so far away. Deneb is actually one of the most luminous stars we can see, a white-blue supergiant boasting more than 19 times the mass and more than 200 times the diameter of the Sun. But because the star is at least 1,500 light years away, it doesn't look that bright to us. Don't be fooled. If Deneb were as close to us as Altair, it would shine brighter than Venus and would cast visible shadows here on Earth. Once you're done admiring the Summer Triangle, turn to the south and look for two planets. Jupiter and Saturn both rise well before dark right now, so they'll be at their highest point and close to due south sometime after 10 p.m. Jupiter is quite bright. If you have binoculars, try to see if you can pick out one or more of the 4 Galilean moons. Saturn is dimmer than Jupiter and only a few degrees to the east. And if you like getting up early, right now Mars and Venus are both easily visible in the sky before dawn. That's all for this time. Happy sky watching.